Good morning, guys. It is a beautiful morning here in Mexico, and today we are in one of the most beautiful and most important cities in Mexico. Welcome to Oaxaca. Now, Oaxaca is a really nice city. It's also one of the poorest cities in Mexico, but the richness of the culture and the food is amazing. Today, we're going to be exploring Oaxaca. We're going to be walking around, and I'm going to give you guys a full guide to this city. And we are going to be leaving Oaxaca for a little day trip outside. So I'll show you guys all about it. It's going to be exciting, but we've just started our morning here, right here, bustling on the streets here of Oaxaca. And obviously, when you're in a city in Mexico, you've got to check out the market. Welcome to Market Benito, Juarez. This market is one of the busiest markets here in Oaxaca. It's actually pretty big and they sell pretty much everything, but here you can buy basically clothes. I saw one lady just buying tomatoes just now. You can basically buy everything here, anything that you need. However, one thing to keep in mind is that this market does not sell food. Why? Because there's a market right across the street, which is known as the Mercado 20th of November, that already sells food. So there's no point in having another market here that sells food. You've got a couple stalls selling like juices and sandwiches, but you're not gonna get like the full like street food experience that you get at the market across the street. So if you're looking for food, don't come here, go to the other market. But if you're looking to buy like clothes, bags, souvenirs, then this is absolutely the market you should come and visit. And it's a really nice place just to walk around and sort of get a sense of what life here in Oaxaca is like. Just a couple of blocks down, we've arrived at the next stop here in Oaxaca. This is a very old temple, and it's the Temple of the Company of Jesus. Well, this temple is very old. It was built in the late 1500s. It's so old. I mean, that's like what, 400 plus years of history. It's extremely old, and you can tell on the inside. I mean, the artwork, the sort of arches and everything, it's ancient. But one thing that really stands out to me about this church is that it's really dark inside. They don't really have a lot of lighting inside. They don't really have a lot of natural light holes to let the sunlight come in. So it's a pretty dark church, but it's really beautiful on the inside. It's not obviously like the best church I've seen in Mexico, but it's a nice church here in Oaxaca to go ahead and check out. Alright, the church that we visited is literally right behind me. And just right across the street, diagonally from the church, is probably the most important part of Oaxaca. This is the central area. This is the main plaza. This is the Socalo of Oaxaca. Now, the Socalo is actually a really nice place. I love that this place has so many stalls open. You can see right behind me all the stalls selling all types of things, clothes, food, drinks, whatever it is you want. It's kind of like its own little market, honestly. And the thing is that all these stalls basically cover the front of the federal palace, which you can also see behind me. That's the Oaxacan palace. I don't think it's actually open. Also, there's too many stalls, so I can't even tell if it's open or not. But the park is really nice. It's really, really peaceful. In the afternoon, it gets a little bit more busy with more people coming in, but it's still a really, really nice place to be around. Right next to the Socalo is one of the most important churches here in Oaxaca. This is the Metropolitan Cathedral of Oaxaca. So, the Metropolitan Cathedral of Oaxaca, again, a really, really old church. Unfortunately, they're doing a lot of renovations at the beginning, at the front part of the church. You can see all the scaffolding, people are up on top, so like drilling stuff in. But it's a beautiful church. It's a really, really nice church. I love the stained glass panels that they have on the very back of the church. And they have little chapels on both the left and the right side. They're all really, really nice to visit. The ceiling is obviously really, really nicely decorated. Like I said, all the churches here in Oaxaca, it's not like the best church I've seen in Mexico, but they're still really, really nice churches to visit here in Oaxaca. And they're just really, really nice to walk around. It's really, really quiet in there. Especially if you go in the morning, there's like nobody in there. Some old lady just like mopping the floor there. But it's definitely a beautiful place to visit here in Oaxaca. Well, just a couple blocks down, about a 15-minute walk, we make it to the next stop, and this place is stunning. This is the Templo de Santo Domingo. Now, just like a lot of the temples and churches here in Oaxaca, this is another very, very, very old temple. But honestly, it's stunning on the inside. This might have to be my favorite church here in Oaxaca. The intricate sort of carvings and the golden decorations inside are just beautiful. And these sort of old sort of paintings and everything, just stunning. Now, the thing about that place is that it's also really dark on the inside. I think they do it to preserve the artwork and all the old sort of relics inside. So they've kept it pretty dark in there. So do keep that in mind when you're going in. But it's a pretty big church. The decorations, the embellishments on the top are absolutely just some of the most beautiful I've seen here in Mexico. And that sort of golden ornamentation is just stunning. Well, that about wraps up the center of Oaxaca. It's a very small town. It's a city, but it's a very small city. And just walking around those couple of streets pretty much covers it all. So what we're gonna do now is, we're gonna leave Oaxaca. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a bus. ¿Vas a Tule? Sí, a Tule. ¿Cuánto cuesta? 8 pesos. after a short, like half an hour bus ride, we've made it to the next stop. Welcome to Tule. One of the main things people come to Tule to see is, interestingly enough, a tree, the Árbol de Tule. It's the widest tree in the entire world. I think it's about 11 meters long. It is a massive tree. Like, the shade of the tree is covering me right now. It's so big. It's also a really beautiful tree, and the interesting thing is that originally a lot of people thought that it might have been 2 or 3 different trees together, but with more scientific research they discovered that actually no, it's just one tree that's a really wide tree. It's the widest tree in the world. There's a record about it and everything. Unfortunately, this is the view we have of the tree. It's completely blocked off because of COVID-19, but if you just climb over the fence, you can get a pretty good view of the tree. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to enter, we're not allowed to go to the church on the other side either, which means that that's about it for Tule. But it's interesting enough to see the tree, the widest tree in the world, and with that, we're going to continue on our journey out of Oaxaca. Well, as much as I'd like to continue exploring out of Oaxaca and going east, it seems like a lot of the things, archaeological sites, stores, museums, they're all closed because of the pandemic, so I'm not really sure it's worth it to continue in that direction. So we're gonna head back into Oaxaca and see what else we can do in the city. And just like that, about another half an hour, we are back in the city of Oaxaca, and we're gonna go check out a market. Well, this is a pretty small market, and I have to say it's a little bit messier, a little bit more local, a little bit more raw. The people here are not as, you know, like, oh, come and eat at my stall. They're kind of like, either you come and eat or I don't really care, because this is a local market. This is where locals really come. Not a lot of tourists, actually no tourists here, but this is super local. It's less organized. Everything's just here, out in the open, not that much hassling. It's a lot calmer because they just know that the people who come here are locals. They don't need to advertise to them. The locals need food, they need vegetables, they need meat, all of that stuff. So it's a very different atmosphere compared to the other markets like the Mercado Benito, Juarez, which are in downtown. But we're gonna keep walking back into the city. West of the Socalo and all the main area of Oaxaca, we've come to this nice little plaza here. It's big, there's like literally nobody here. This is Plaza de las Danzas, and it was built in 1950 as a way to sort of make Oaxaca prettier. But there is a church right behind me. It looks like a pretty cool church, so we're gonna go inside and check it out. I'm actually quite surprised to say that's one of the most beautiful churches I've seen here in Oaxaca. I would say it's as beautiful as the Santo Domingo one, which is that really beautifully decorated one. It's got a very similar style to it. The decorations are really similar. The only difference I think is that the Templo de Santo Domingo is a little bit bigger. This one's smaller, but inside the decorations, the sort of golden ornamentation is just stunning. And because this place is a little bit outside of the central area of Oaxaca, it's a little bit to the west, not many tourists come here, so it's still pretty local, and it's really beautiful on the inside. So if you're looking for another cathedral or temple that's similar to the one of Santo Domingo, this one is the perfect one. Next up here in Oaxaca is a market that you've pretty much got to check out when you're here because it showcases local culture. This is the Handicrafts market, or the Mercado Artesanal of Oaxaca. would say this market is a pretty touristy market. It's clearly designed for like foreigners who come here and want to buy some traditional Mexican clothing. It's really beautiful, but the thing is, it's actually really dark, which doesn't really work well for an artisanal market if what you're trying to sell is art, because you can't see it. I wish there was more light in here, then I could see the clothes and the artwork better, but unfortunately that's the way it is here in Oaxaca. But it is really, really beautiful. A lot of these clothings, the souvenirs are really, really nice. If you're looking for a way to buy souvenirs here in Oaxaca and yet support the local community, this is probably the place where I would get my stuff, because it is really, really beautiful. Well, we're a little bit outside of Oaxaca City itself now, because we are going up to a viewpoint. We've got a lot of stairs to climb, and yeah, it's raining still. I don't know why it's raining. It's literally, I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but it's a blue sky out there. I don't know where the rain's coming from, but we're gonna make it up and we're gonna begin this hike. Well, after about a 10-minute hike, it really wasn't that bad. We finally made it up to the top. This is the viewpoint of Oaxaca. The name of this viewpoint is the Cerro De Fortin. Cerro refers to the hill which is right behind me, and the name of the hill is Cerro Fortin. But it gives you a pretty good view of all of Oaxaca right here. You can basically see everything here in Oaxaca. You can see the main cathedral, the Socalo, you can see the markets. It's a really, really nice view, and it sort of gives you like a good idea of what Oaxaca looks like from, you know, the air if you don't have a drone. But it's beautiful. We're gonna stay here for the sunset. The sun is setting on the opposite side over there, but luckily the rain has dispersed, so we're gonna get a very nice sunset. So we're just gonna sit here and enjoy it. Well, the sun has set and it is officially dark here in Oaxaca. What an amazing day it is. There's so many things to do here in Oaxaca, but it's a really, really small town. It's not really a very, very big city. But overall, this is an amazing place to be at. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide to Oaxaca. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos. I'll see you guys on the next video. So, bye guys.